Now, I want to turn to the latest on the top stories from around the world. It's just been revealed that Anthony Albanese will miss out on a hoped-for meeting with Xi Jinping this week. However, he's still jetted out this afternoon to Jakarta, where he will attend the ASEAN and East Asia summits before visiting the Philippines for talks with Ferdinand Marcos and attending the G20 Leaders Summit in Delhi. Joining me now to get the latest on all this and more is former Labor MP Michael Danby and Sky News contributor Kosha Gada. Kosha, Michael, welcome to the program. Michael, I'll start with you. Why has Xi snubbed our PM? Should we be worried about this?
Well, we've been offering him too much carrot and not enough stick. My advice to Albo, Miles and Wong is call the three iron ore chiefs in, Forrest, Reinhardt and BHP, and sack our defence chiefs, and then the Chinese will start paying attention. You can't just offer them ignoring our people in China, going soft on defence, not criticising them over human rights. You've got to show them a bit of power. And while the Chinese real estate industry is still in existence, iron ore is an important way of showing it to them. In a conflict with Taiwan, Rita, we're going to have to cut off iron ore anyway, so Chinese will know what we're doing if we call all the iron ore bosses in.
Kosha, what will be on the agenda at these conferences?
You know, I think it's the usual stuff about just shoring up economic alliances, perhaps military and defense strategies and realignment in this region. But I think, you know, with all these conferences, usually it's the optics of who's going, what's said, as well as who's not going and what's not said. So on the U.S. side, you have President Biden is not coming, and Kamala Harris is being sent in, and there's been a flurry of analysis on what that may mean or not mean, and we can draw our own conclusions there. And then I think also here with Xi Jinping not showing up, you know, that's sending a certain message where China is sort of flexing their muscle in here. And I think that is probably the bigger story, even more so than the agenda or what specific policy positions are going to be discussed.
Now, Michael, you're in Tel Aviv right now. We've got reports of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying that he wants African migrants involved in a violent clash to be deported. Tell me, how is that being received over there?
Well, it's the usual left-right split. You know, all of the a lot of people on the left support the asylum seekers. There's a pretty violent clash between two groups of people who are non-citizens, red shirts and blue shirts, over the nature of the Eritrean government. There was some reception downtown, and the anti-Eritrean government people didn't like it. It's a bit stupid to do this kind of stuff when you're not a citizen and you have no program of citizenship. The Israelis are facing the same dilemma that all Western countries faced about large groups of people who are not accommodating themselves to the society and behave like they own it. You know, these kind of things happen. I believe all people should be treated in a humanitarian way, but you don't bring things like this on yourself.
Well, yeah, this seems to be very counterproductive indeed, Kosha, to be seeking asylum, but then to behave in a violent manner. It's not exactly going to improve your chances of being granted asylum in the country you're seeking it, is it?
No, it isn't. And I think, you know, when we see moves like this by countries that take a stronger position or a more hawkish position against illegal immigration, like Israel, like the Indians recently had something that was quite contentious, where they were doing a similar thing for Muslim refugees coming in from Bangladesh, etc. It really shines a light on what a hawkish position on illegal immigration can look like and when it is executed. Because we know most of the Western world is not doing that. There's a huge gulf between what the leadership is prepared to do and what the public wants. And these types of stories, I think, are a reminder of what it could look like, and maybe we're going to see the public demand that more and more, because it really is reaching a breaking point in many other countries.
Well, particularly in the US, I mean, they have completely lost control of that southern border. More than 2 million illegal immigrants streaming in every year. And it is a major crisis that's just ongoing, and much of the US media seems uninterested in it.